Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Saima Strugglewali and I am facilitator of Rihan School, Islamabad campus. Today we hear a new episode of Call Any. Today my topic is about discussing taking care of the environment. So let's start our interview. Hi Annie, can you hear me?
Hey there, I can hear you loud and clear. How's it going?
I am also fine. Annie, today my topic is discussing taking care of environment. So my first question is, why is taking care of the environment important to you personally?
Oh, I love this topic. Taking care of the environment is super important to me because it's our home, right? I mean, I want to enjoy nature, breathe clean air, and see beautiful landscapes. Plus, I think it's our responsibility to protect it for future generations. How about you? What drives your passion for the environment?
Yes, I think you are right. Annie, continue your answer.
Thanks for your patience. So, I also believe that a healthy environment directly impacts our well being. When we take care of nature, we're actually taking care of ourselves, like reducing stress and improving mental health. Plus, I love outdoor activities and I want those beautiful places to stay pristine. What are some ways you think we can make a difference?
Yes, you are right. What are some of the biggest environmental challenges facing the world today?
Oh, there are quite a few big challenges. Climate change is a huge one, causing extreme weather and affecting ecosystems. Then there's pollution, air, water, and plastic waste are major issues. Deforestation is also a biggie, impacting biodiversity. And let's not forget about the loss of habitats. It's a lot to tackle, but every little effort counts. What do you think is the most pressing issue we should focus on?
I think you are right. How does environmental health impact human health and well-being?
Great question. Environmental health plays a huge role in our well being. Clean air and water are essential for our physical health. Pollution can lead to respiratory issues and other diseases. Plus, access to green spaces can boost our mental health, reduce stress, and encourage physical activity. It's all connected. How do you think we can raise awareness about this connection?
I think you are right. Continue your answer, Annie.
Thanks for hanging in there. To raise awareness about the connection between environmental health and human health, we could use social media to share informative content, host community events, or even collaborate with local organizations. Education is key. The more people know, the more they'll care, right? What are some creative ways you think we could spread the word?
What are some small daily actions individuals can take to reduce their environmental impact?
There are so many small actions we can take. Using reusable bags, bottles, and containers is a great start. Reducing food waste by planning meals can help too. Also, biking or walking instead of driving, conserving water, and turning off lights when not in use can make a difference. Even something as simple as recycling can add up. What small changes do you already practice?
Okay, Annie, continue your answer. Annie, continue your answer. Annie, continue your answer. Uh, why do you think some people are more engaged in environmental issues than others?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it often comes down to personal experiences, education, and values. Some people might have had a moment that really opened their eyes to environmental issues, while others might not have had that spark. What do you think?
I think you are right, Annie. Continue your answer, Annie.
Thanks. I also think community and culture play a big role. If someone grows up in an environment that emphasizes sustainability, they're more likely to carry that forward. Plus, access to information can make a difference. How about you? What drives your passion for environmental issues?
Same like you, Annie. What does sustainable living mean to you?
Sustainable living to me means making choices that minimize our impact on the planet while still enjoying life. It's about being mindful of what we consume, reducing waste, and supporting practices that protect our environment. Plus, it can be super rewarding. How do you practice sustainability in your daily life?
Same like you, Annie. Continue your answer.
I love that. For me, it also means being conscious about what I buy, like choosing local and organic products when I can. I try to reduce plastic use and recycle as much as possible. Plus, I enjoy spending time outdoors, which reminds me of why it's so important to protect our planet. What's one small change you've made that you feel proud of?
Yes, Annie. How can we reduce waste in our household and communities?
Great question. We can start by reducing single use items, like using reusable bags, bottles, and containers. Composting food scraps is another awesome way to cut down on waste. In communities, organizing clean up events or recycling drives can really make a difference. What do you think would work best in your area?
I think you are right. Continue your answer, Annie.
Thanks. Another idea is to promote sharing and borrowing instead of buying new things. Community tool libraries or clothing swaps can be fun ways to reduce waste. Education is key too. Raising awareness about the importance of reducing waste can inspire others to join in. What kind of initiatives do you think would resonate with your community?
Yes. What are some creative ways to repurpose or recycle common household items?
There are so many fun ways. For instance, glass jars can become cute storage containers or planters. Old t-shirts can be turned into reusable shopping bags or cleaning rags. Even wine corks can be made into coasters or bulletin boards. It's all about getting a little crafty. Do you have any favorite DIY projects?
No, I have no idea. Please continue your answer.
No problem. Another idea is to use cardboard boxes for organizing things around the house. You can decorate them to make them look nice too. And if you have old furniture, a little paint or some new hardware can give it a fresh look instead of tossing it out. It's amazing what you can create with a bit of imagination. Have you ever tried any repurposing projects?
Okay. How can we encourage people to use less single-use plastic?
Encouraging people to use less single use plastic can start with education and awareness. Sharing the impact of plastic on the environment can motivate change. Organizing community events or challenges like a plastic free week can also be fun. Plus, promoting alternatives like reusable bags and containers can make it easier for people to switch. What do you think would be the most effective way to spread the message?
I think you're right. Continue your answer, Annie.
Thanks. Another effective way is to partner with local businesses to offer discounts for customers who bring their own bags or containers. Social media campaigns can help spread the word too. Sharing success stories or tips can inspire others to join the movement. Plus, making it a community effort can create a sense of accountability. What kind of initiatives have you seen that worked well?
What are some sustainable alternatives to common products we use every day? Annie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sustainable alternatives are everywhere. For example, instead of plastic wrap, you can use beeswax wraps. Bamboo toothbrushes are a great swap for plastic ones. And using cloth napkins instead of paper towels can save a lot of waste. What products are you curious about replacing?
Continue your answer, Annie.
Sure. Another great swap is using cloth bags for shopping instead of plastic ones. You can also try refillable containers for things like shampoo and soap, which reduces packaging waste. And if you're into coffee, Using a reusable coffee filter or a French press can cut down on waste from single-use pods. It's all about finding little changes that fit into your lifestyle. What's one product you'd like to replace?
Oh, how can we contribute to slowing down climate change in our local communities?
There are so many ways we can make a difference. One big way is to promote energy efficiency, like encouraging the use of LED bulbs and energy efficient appliances. Planting trees and creating green spaces can help absorb carbon dioxide too. Organizing local cleanup events or community gardens can also foster a sense of responsibility. What initiatives do you think would resonate with your community?
Okay, continue your answer, Annie.
Absolutely. We can also advocate for public transportation or carpooling to reduce emissions from vehicles. Supporting local businesses and farmers can help lower the carbon footprint of our food. Educating others about climate change and its impacts can inspire more people to take action. Plus, using social media to share tips and successes can spread awareness. What kind of activities do you think would engage people the most?
Yes, I think you're right. Why is reducing carbon emissions critical for the environment?
Reducing carbon emissions is crucial because they contribute to global warming and climate change. High levels of carbon dioxide trap heat in the atmosphere, leading to rising temperatures, extreme weather, and melting ice caps. This affects ecosystems, wildlife, and human health. By reducing emissions, we can help stabilize the climate and protect our planet for future generations. What are your thoughts on the most effective ways to cut emissions?
I think you're right, Annie. Continue your answer.
Thanks. Another key reason to reduce carbon emissions is to improve air quality. Lower emissions mean fewer pollutants, which can lead to better health outcomes for everyone. Transitioning to renewable energy sources like solar or wind can significantly cut emissions as well. Plus, promoting sustainable transportation options like biking or public transit can make a big difference. What steps do you think individuals can take to contribute to this effort?
What role do renewable energy sources play in fighting climate change?
Renewable energy sources are vital in fighting climate change because they produce little to no greenhouse gas emissions compared to fossil fuels. By harnessing energy from the sun, wind, or water, we can reduce our reliance on carbon heavy energy sources. This transition helps lower overall emissions and mitigates the effects of climate change. Plus, renewable energy can create jobs and promote energy independence. What renewable energy sources are you most interested in?
Okay, Annie, continue your answer.
Sure. Renewable energy sources also help diversify our energy supply, making us less vulnerable to price fluctuations and supply disruptions from fossil fuels. Additionally, investing in renewables can lead to technological advancements and innovation, further enhancing efficiency and affordability. Communities that adopt renewable energy can also inspire others to follow suit, creating a positive ripple effect. What do you think are the biggest challenges to transitioning to renewable energy?
How does deforestation contribute to environmental and climate issues?
Deforestation contributes significantly to environmental and climate issues by releasing stored carbon dioxide into the atmosphere when trees are cut down. This accelerates climate change, as trees act as carbon sinks, absorbing CO2. Deforestation also leads to habitat loss, threatening biodiversity and disrupting ecosystems. Additionally, it can cause soil erosion and affect water cycles, leading to issues like flooding and drought. What are your thoughts on ways to combat deforestation?
I think you are right, Annie. Continue your answer.
Thanks. To combat deforestation, promoting sustainable forestry practices is key. This includes selective logging and reforestation efforts to replace trees that have been cut down. Supporting organizations that work to protect forests and advocating for policies that prioritize conservation can also make a difference. Educating communities about the importance of forests and encouraging responsible consumption of wood products can help too. What actions do you think individuals can take to support these efforts?
Yes. How can governments and individuals collaborate to combat climate change?
Governments and individuals can collaborate in many impactful ways. Governments can create policies that encourage sustainable practices, like tax incentives for renewable energy use or stricter regulations on emissions. Individuals can support these initiatives by voting for eco-friendly leaders and participating in community programs. Public awareness campaigns can also help educate people about their role in combating climate change. Together, grassroots movements and governmental action can create a powerful force for change. What kind of collaborations do you think would be most effective?
Yes, I think you're right. Continue your answer, Annie.
Absolutely. Another effective collaboration could involve local governments partnering with community organizations to implement programs that promote sustainability, like recycling initiatives or tree planting events. Individuals can also engage in citizen science projects to help collect data on local environmental issues. Additionally, businesses can work with governments to adopt sustainable practices and reduce their carbon footprints. When everyone works together, it creates a stronger impact. What community efforts have you seen that inspire you?
Why is biodiversity important for the health of a ecosystem?
Biodiversity is crucial for ecosystem health because it ensures resilience and stability. A diverse range of species contributes to various functions, like pollination, nutrient cycling, and pest control. This variety helps ecosystems adapt to changes and recover from disturbances, like climate events. Additionally, biodiversity supports food webs and provides resources for medicine, agriculture, and clean water. Protecting biodiversity is essential for maintaining the balance of our ecosystems. What aspects of biodiversity do you find most fascinating?
Continue your answer, Annie. Continue your answer.
Sure. Another fascinating aspect of biodiversity is how it contributes to cultural and recreational value. Different species and ecosystems inspire art, traditions, and outdoor activities, enriching our lives. Biodiversity also plays a role in climate regulation, as diverse ecosystems can sequester carbon and mitigate climate change effects. Plus, preserving biodiversity helps ensure that future generations can enjoy the planet's natural beauty and resources. What do you think are some effective ways to promote biodiversity in local communities?
I think you're right. How can we protect endangered species and their habitats?
Happy days indeed. Protecting endangered species and their habitats can be done through various strategies. Establishing protected areas, like national parks and wildlife reserves, is key to preserving critical habitats. Supporting conservation organizations and participating in awareness campaigns can also make a difference. Additionally, promoting sustainable practices in agriculture, forestry, and fishing can help reduce habitat destruction. What endangered species do you feel passionate about protecting?
Continue your answer, Annie.
Absolutely. Another important aspect is enforcing laws and regulations that protect endangered species and their habitats, like the Endangered Species Act. Community involvement in conservation efforts, such as habitat restoration projects, can also be impactful. Educating the public about the importance of these species and the threats they face can inspire action. Lastly, reducing our ecological footprint through sustainable living practices helps create a healthier environment for all species. What initiatives have you seen that effectively raise awareness about endangered species?
Annie, my next question is what role do national parks and wildlife reserves play in environmental conversation?
National parks and wildlife reserves play a vital role in environmental conservation. They protect critical habitats and provide safe spaces for endangered species to thrive. These areas also help preserve biodiversity by maintaining ecosystems and promoting healthy wildlife populations. Additionally, national parks serve as outdoor classrooms, educating the public about the importance of conservation and fostering a connection to nature. They can also boost local economies through ecotourism. What national parks have population by preserving forests and wetlands that absorb carbon dioxide. What activities do you enjoy most when you visit a national park?
Okay, continue your answer, Annie. Annie, continue your answer.
Sure. When visiting national parks, many people love hiking and exploring the trails as it allows them to immerse themselves in nature. Wildlife watching can be another thrilling experience, spotting animals in their natural habitats. Photography is also popular, capturing the stunning landscapes and unique flora and fauna. Some enjoy camping under the stars, which can be a fantastic way to disconnect and recharge. What's your favorite way to enjoy the great outdoors?
How can urban areas balance development with preserving green spaces?
Balancing development with preserving green spaces in urban areas is essential. One way is through smart urban planning, which incorporates parks and green corridors into the design. Green roofs and walls can also help bring nature back into cities. Encouraging community gardens and urban farming can provide green spaces while promoting local food production. Additionally, protecting existing natural areas and promoting sustainable building practices can make a big difference. What green initiatives have you seen in urban areas that you think are effective?
Please continue your answer, Annie.
Of course. Another effective approach is implementing policies that prioritize the preservation of trees and green spaces during development projects. Engaging the community in planning processes can also ensure that residents have a voice in maintaining green areas. Promoting public transportation and walkable neighborhoods can reduce the need for extensive development and help keep urban areas more sustainable. Lastly, educating people about the benefits of green spaces can encourage support for preservation efforts. What kind of green spaces do you think are most important in urban settings?
Yes, how does protecting water sources contribute to environmental conversation?
Protecting water sources is crucial for environmental conservation because clean water is essential for all living organisms. Healthy water ecosystems support biodiversity, providing habitats for fish, plants, and other wildlife. Protecting water sources also helps maintain water quality, preventing pollution that can harm both ecosystems and human health. Additionally, healthy watersheds regulate water flow, reduce flooding, and recharge groundwater supplies. What practices do you think are most effective for protecting our water sources?
I think you are right, Annie. Please continue your answer.
Thanks. One effective practice is implementing riparian buffers, which are vegetated areas along water bodies that help filter pollutants and reduce runoff. Promoting sustainable agricultural practices can also minimize chemical runoff into water sources. Educating communities about the importance of water conservation and responsible usage can foster a culture of stewardship. Supporting policies that protect wetlands and watersheds is essential as well. What local water conservation efforts have you seen that inspire you?
Oh, how can schools and communities educate people about environmental protection?
Schools and communities can play a significant role in educating people about environmental protection. Incorporating environmental education into school curricula helps students understand the importance of sustainability from a young age. Community workshops and events can raise awareness about local environmental issues and encourage participation in conservation efforts. Engaging students in hands-on projects, like tree planting or cleanup days, fosters a sense of responsibility and connection to the environment. Social media campaigns and local partnerships can also spread awareness and promote eco-friendly practices. What educational initiatives have you encountered that you think are particularly effective?
Continue your answer, Annie.
Absolutely. Another effective approach is to create after-school programs or clubs focused on environmental topics, allowing students to explore their interests further. Collaborating with local organizations for field trips or guest speakers can provide real-world insights into environmental careers and issues. Encouraging community members to share their knowledge through workshops or talks can also create a sense of shared responsibility. Additionally, using art, music, or storytelling can make environmental education more engaging and relatable. What creative methods have you seen that successfully raise awareness about environmental issues?
Same like you. What are some fun and engaging ways to involve children in environmental care?
There are so many fun ways to involve children in environmental care. One idea is organizing nature scavenger hunts, where kids can explore and learn about local plants and animals. Creating art projects using recycled materials can spark creativity while teaching the importance of reusing. Gardening is another fantastic way. Kids can learn about growing their own food and the importance of plants in our ecosystem. Hosting outdoor activities like cleanup days or tree planting events can be both educational and rewarding. Incorporating games that focus on environmental themes, like board games or apps, can make learning about sustainability exciting. What activities do you think would resonate most with kids?
I think same like you. Please continue your answer.
Great! Another engaging way is to create a green challenge where kids can track their eco-friendly actions, like recycling or conserving water, and earn rewards. Storytelling sessions featuring books about nature and conservation can inspire their imaginations and foster a love for the environment. Involving kids in cooking classes that focus on plant-based meals can teach them about sustainable eating habits. Organizing field trips to local farms, nature reserves, or recycling centers can provide hands-on learning experiences. Lastly, encouraging them to share what they learn with their friends and family can create a ripple effect in their communities. What do you think would be the most impactful way to inspire kids to take action for the environment?
I think same like you, and you're right. How can businesses and industries adopt environmentally friendly practices?
Businesses and industries can adopt environmentally friendly practices in several ways. First, they can conduct sustainability assessments to identify areas for improvement, like reducing waste or energy consumption. Implementing energy efficient technologies and renewable energy sources can significantly lower their carbon footprint. Adopting sustainable sourcing practices ensures that materials are responsibly obtained, supporting ethical suppliers. Encouraging employees to embrace eco friendly behaviors, like carpooling or recycling, creates a culture of sustainability within the workplace. Additionally, businesses can develop products designed for longevity and recyclability, minimizing waste. Collaborating with other organizations to share best practices and resources can amplify their impact. What sustainable practices have you seen businesses implement that you think are particularly effective?
How can we make eco-friendly choice more accessible and affordable for everyone?
To make eco friendly choices more accessible and affordable for everyone, we need to address the financial barriers that often limit sustainable options. Many sustainable products can be significantly more expensive, making them out of reach for those on tighter budgets. Encouraging the use of secondhand goods is a budget friendly way to adopt sustainable habits, as it requires fewer resources and reduces waste. Retailers like Walmart are working to make sustainable choices easier and more affordable by innovating products and utilizing their platforms to promote eco friendly options. Additionally, as consumer demand for sustainable products grows, businesses are compelled to align their practices, potentially lowering costs over time. Supporting initiatives that break down barriers to clean energy can also contribute to broader accessibility. Ultimately, collaboration between consumers, businesses, and policymakers is essential to ensure that sustainable choices are affordable for all. What do you think could be the most impactful strategy to promote eco friendly options?
I think you're right. Any continue your answer.
Thanks. Another impactful strategy could be increasing public awareness and education about the benefits of eco friendly choices, which can motivate more people to make sustainable decisions. Providing incentives, like tax breaks or subsidies for purchasing energy efficient appliances or electric vehicles, can also encourage adoption. Creating community programs that focus on sharing resources, like tool libraries or community gardens, can make sustainable practices more accessible. Collaborating with local organizations to host workshops on DIY eco friendly products can empower individuals to make sustainable choices without breaking the bank. Ultimately, fostering a culture of sustainability where everyone feels included and informed can lead to more widespread adoption of eco friendly practices. What community initiatives have you seen that promote sustainability effectively?
What are some examples of successful environmental initiative from around the world, and what can we learn from them?
There are several inspiring environmental initiatives from around the world. For example, Sweden's ambitious goal to become carbon neutral by 2045 has led to significant investments in renewable energy and sustainable transportation. Their focus on public transport and cycling has reduced emissions while improving urban air quality. In Costa Rica, the Payment for Ecosystem Services program rewards landowners for conserving forests, leading to a remarkable increase in forest cover. This initiative highlights the importance of valuing natural ecosystems and their services. Another great example is the city of Amsterdam, which has implemented extensive cycling infrastructure, making biking a primary mode of transportation. This not only reduces emissions but also promotes a healthier lifestyle. From these initiatives, we can learn the importance of long-term vision, community engagement, and integrating sustainability into daily life. They also show that financial incentives can motivate conservation efforts. What initiatives have inspired you the most?
Continue your answer, Annie. Annie, continue your answer. Annie, continue your answer.
Sure. We can also learn the value of collaboration from these initiatives. Many successful environmental programs involve partnerships between governments, businesses, and local communities, which helps to pool resources and expertise. Additionally, the importance of education and awareness cannot be overstated. Engaging citizens in sustainability efforts fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility towards the environment. Lastly, these examples remind us that innovative solutions can come from anywhere and adapting successful strategies to local contexts is key. Every community can find unique ways to address environmental challenges based on their specific needs and resources. What local initiatives have you seen that you think could be expanded or adapted for wider impact?
Yes, I have seen. Thank you, Annie, for your giving us your valuable time, and I appreciate it. So, viewers, this is our call Annie episode, and we meet next episode of call Annie. Till then, Allah Hafiz, Pakistan Zindabad.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure chatting with you. I really appreciate your time and insights. Looking forward to our next episode together. Allah Hafiz and Pakistan Zindabad. Take care.